Welcome to Cigar Audit. Matt and Edward here to review the Saint Luis Rey Regios. Beautiful Cuban box pressed or semi-box pressed Robusto. Would you say semi-box pressed?
Yeah.
It's got some soft corners, but you can tell it's definitely pressed box shape. So Ed, your cigar, what does it look, feel?
Feels well packed.
Yeah?
Tight, very tight seams.
Yeah, very tight.
Triple cap is very well done.
Mm-hmm.
I would say slightly toothy, not overly so. Just a little bit.
Yeah, there might be a little texture to it.
Not an overly strong odor. A little bit of mustiness, but not very much.
Yeah, I get a little leather, I guess, on the aroma on the wrapper, and then through the foot, I definitely get more of that mustiness, musty earth note. But it's packed really tight too. So we'll see how the draw is. I have had one out of the box. It was pretty good. Now these are fairly young. So the box code on this is AMU July 2016. And I decided to take the chance to review these early because they are known as a cigar that smokes really well young. So we're going to find out. So let's get it cut up. Let's find out. So add your pre-light draw.
Well, the first thing I got off of it, very floral. Some floral like,
Chrysanthemum.
no. I was thinking more pansy.
I'm sure you were thinking.
No, I'm serious. More of a small flower, which is, you know, I usually don't taste the floral aspects of a cigar,
And you haven't even lit it yet either.
but that right off the bat, that's exactly what I got.
Mine's more muted. I definitely get some floral on the pre-light, but I also get some fruity, like almost like a plum or something sweet and floral, both. But that's quite an interesting pre-light. It's got some flavor to it. So let's light them on fire and see what they taste like. So right off the bat, I get lots of smoke. Getting a good draw, even though it's a little tight. I was saying on pre-light, but it's performing well as far as the draw now. Earthier than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's totally different than
Yeah, it is. It is.
than the pre-draw taste.
Yes.
Totally different. Somewhere in between a white and black pepper for me. Maybe like a hot paprika, like I forget what they call it because there's so many different ones.
Yeah.
But the more spicier.
Yeah, I would.
Paprika type.
I would say it's definitely got a little bit of spice to it, but it's more of a hint of more like a hot spice. Most of it is just a well blended spice.
Well, for me, the
Savory.
spice is very strong, but it's not sharp.
Mm-hmm.
It's not getting any of that floral that I got off of the
No, I think
pre-draw.
I think it's more
Maybe
vegetal.
maybe it's up here.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah, that would be really interesting at the end. Yeah, it's almost like kind of like a Christmas spice with a little bit of heat to it.
So far, it's just a straight ahead, you know, Cuban cigar. Not trying to fool you in any way. Right now, it's just straight ahead earthy tobacco with a little bit of spice in there.
I get straight tobacco. I get some spice that I would say is very well blended, so it's hard to pick out individuals.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I think it has some of that Christmas, like a Christmas spice or a Thanksgiving spice with a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg, but it's got some other savory spices.
Well, which
to
is it? Is this Christmas or Thanksgiving?
Well, I would say they're kind of synonymous.
Like December 5th?
Yeah, let's go in the middle. Let's do it. Maybe the 8th. But but it's also got little hints of cream in there. It's just starting to pop out. So we'll see. We'll see how it develops, but
I mean, there's a lot of smoke, but it's not that real chewy,
no,
thick smoke.
it's a little wispier, but it's a lot of it. See that draw right there? I just got a little bit of like a plum flavor. I got some of that fruitiness right there.
You definitely have some of that fruitiness. Even you're
I did.
on point.
As well I should be. So anyway, we'll get down into the first third and we'll let you know how it was. Welcome back to Cigar Audit. Matt and Edward here to go over the Saint Luis Rey Regios. Beautiful Cuban cigar that is semi-box pressed, Robusto size. So Ed, your first third, sir. How's it been?
Well, I have a pretty good ash. I've had the touch up and my burn's getting a little wonky. So I'm a little concerned about that, but overall, like I say, it's kind of mellowed out for me. I mean, at the beginning it was, really strong and just straight ahead. Now it's mellowed out, seems a little more balanced. I don't get any of that floral that I had on the pre-draw though. I get a little bit of the plum type now and then. Well, that's pretty much it for me, the plum and then a little bit of plum and the earth tobacco so far.
What about through the nose? Are you getting anything specific through the nose?
Nah, pretty much the same.
I'm
Maybe not quite as strong through the nose, I guess.
Yeah. I would agree with Ed as far as the beginning of the cigar. It started out pretty strong. To the point where even off camera I said to Ed, I said, not only is it strength in flavor, but it's also strength in nicotine. And it's kind of stepped back a little bit. I would say that I am getting hints of cream, very little hints of cream here and there, but more of that plum flavor with your natural tobacco. I don't get as much of the Cuban twang.
No, that's true.
So that's a little interesting. So I had one of these a few weeks ago, and my experience was a little different. So, but it's now starting to come into what I remember this tasting like a few weeks ago, where it's a little bit of plum and even on occasion like figgy pudding, where you get some of those mixed spices in there. But it's very pleasant. Not very complex at all.
No, and mine, I mean, I've been trying to correct the burn, but mine seems to be burning pretty quickly. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm almost halfway in already.
Yeah, mine's burned fairly quickly, although I am having a little bit of a wonky burn too, but it's not tragic for me. Yeah, yours has to be touched up, but it is.
I'm gonna tap out first before I have another accent.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Thank you. Appreciate that. I don't have to get the vacuum out. I'm just saying.
You should have waited.
Anyway, but it's performing well. I mean, the ash is holding fairly well for me. I did have one little touch up, but it's, if I dare say, it's a little underwhelming from the standpoint of it doesn't have the traditional Cuban twang. It isn't overly complex. Through the nose, you get a little bit of white pepper, a little bit of generic cinnamon, type of spice, but nothing.
See, my spice through the nose is almost non-existent right now.
Really? Yeah, I'm getting some spice through there, and some. I don't know if this makes any sense, but like an airy fruit type. Airy fruit type note.
What?
I don't know how to explain it.
What is an airy fruit?
I don't know. It's just airy, like fresh air. You know what I'm talking about? Like the smell of fresh air.
I smoke cigars, no.
Anyway, so we'll get further down in the cigar and we'll let you know how it progresses. Welcome back to Cigar Audit. Matt and Edward here to go over the second third of the Saint Luis Rey Regios. Your second third, sir. try that again. Your second third, sir?
Not really that much of a change for me. A little bit of that twang is coming now for me, a little bit of it,
Okay.
but everything else is pretty much straightforward to earthy tobacco, not overly strong. Spice at this point is very minimal. And I am starting to get just a hint of that twang now.
Yeah, I would agree, although I think the finish I'm getting some like cinnamon and that kind of thing. Maybe a very slight black pepper, but yeah, I would agree that it's definitely mellowed out quite a bit since the beginning. I would say it's medium at most in both flavor and I would say medium to mild in strength. I actually most of those plum flavors are gone too. I think it's just more of a straight tobacco, maybe a little bit of leather here and there, but not. Am I keeping you up?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're excited, boy, everybody watching is going to be excited. We have a special guest off camera, by the way, Mr. Rich. He's just having fun with stuff.
That is correct.
Let's see, there he is. But one thing I would agree is the Cuban twang has started to come in a little bit.
Just very slight, not for me,
Not strong.
No.
No, but it's I'll say medium at most on this cigar, and medium strength, medium.
Is that
flavor.
like a medium who's
Medium body.
only medium?
A medium?
A medium?
Here we go.
How about a medium?
No.
I will say though, so far with this cigar, it's a pleasant cigar, but nothing special. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would. I'm actually disappointed at this point, considering the pre-lit draw, the different floral
flavors, yeah.
Flower.
Well, maybe that means they need more time down to develop the flavors. So we'll see. But we'll finish up this cigar and we'll let you know how it is to completion. Welcome back to Cigar Audit. Matt and Ed here to finish up the review of the Saint Luis Rey Regios from good old Cuba. Edward, your last third, sir.
Well, my last third, I started to get some of the floral notes that were missing that I got on the pre-draw. So obviously, there's a lot of something down in the head.
A lot of something
Down
down in the
in the
head.
head of the cigar.
Okay.
Whether it's more seco or whatever. But, you know, for me it was too little too late, I guess you could say. The effect was throughout the cigar.
Yeah. Do you think that would be something that would improve with age? Do you think they just need to sit? I mean, I'd lean towards that, although they're supposedly great young, but I don't know.
How old are they? forgot already?
8 months or so, something like that. So they're not even a year old, 8-9 months. So
Possible. It'll be interesting to see how they change in a year. But, I mean, you know, right now it's not a bad cigar. I just, from the pre-lit draw and the look and feel of the cigar, for me, I was disappointed. You know, when we first lit them up, it's totally different than what I expected.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So, if they were mine, I'd let them sit for a while.
Yeah, I think I'm going to. My last third was very similar. I got more of the floral notes through the nose, and on the draw, I definitely got more fruity flavors, like a plum and a fig. And I would say the finish is definitely moved to a deeper earth with some sweeter spices, some nutmeg and cinnamon. That the finish seems to be pretty long, at least for me now. And the finish in the middle of the cigar was pretty clean and short. So It's definitely transitioned, but I don't. It was very hard to pick up the transitions. So, meaning what were they really supposed to be, other than just a mild and chill cigar?
Yeah, the body of the cigar was really kind of unremarkable to me.
Yeah, I think it was. I mean, here in the very beginning, it was full body, just not the flavors we were looking for. And the end is definitely full body in flavor again, but and more along the lines of what I think we were looking for all along. But through the nose, you definitely get a little creaminess too. So in general, I like the last third better than the rest of the cigar, which is pretty rare for me. Which probably tells me it definitely needs time down, but I'm not sure how consistent it will be. So I actually am having a hard time trying to figure out how to rate this cigar, but I'll go first. Usually I let Ed go first, but I'll go first so he doesn't think that I'm copying. And I don't know, maybe my score will actually be lower than Ed's this time. So the first 2/3 I would have said 87. Last third was a lot better. So I'm going to go with an 89 on this cigar. I think that it's got a lot to go, hopefully with age, but the first 2/3 I was a little disappointed. Last third, pretty good. So what about you?
Well, I'm basing this on the previous cigar that we reviewed, the
Cor Larrañaga Petit Corona.
So I'm really thinking about an 88.
Just one under me, huh?
Before you even said anything, that's what I was thinking.
We're consistent, if anything else.
I mean, if the rest of the cigar would have been, well, it's hard to say. I just enjoyed that one more. I
Yeah,
think that much more.
I agree. Maybe I was a little rough on the PLPC, but in general, I think that this cigar definitely kicked it up quite a bit in the last third, and maybe in a year, the whole cigar's like that, and it might be a low to mid 90s cigar. So, in general, a pleasant cigar, not a great cigar, a little disappointing, but we'll see how they progress over time. So, any last words, sir? Give us a thumbs up. Check us out on the FaceTube and the Twitter and all that stuff.
And just a thank you and shout out to our producer Rich. He's
Yeah,
off camera,
Rich,
but
thank
he's
you. Thank you for producing.
working
today.
everything and making this all happen.
You're welcome.
There we go. Well, don't forget to check out cigaraudit.com and leave comments. Let us know what's going on in the YouTube world. Tell us if you've smoked these, what you think of them. We'll see you next time. Peace out. And son of a bitch, it just went out.
John Elwood prophesied that the cigar going out. To completion?
To the end. Completion.
Now you said
To completion. You were thinking something dirty.
no.
Mr. Rich is
I
having a
don't like
problem.
that. Yeah.
Completion.
I don't like that.
Completion doesn't always mean the end.
I think this is the outtake right here.